Good afternoon. Welcome to our April Fool's edition of In Focus. I'm Melissa Ridgen. We are not pranking anyone today because it kind of feels like we're all living in a bad joke at the moment with how the world has changed so quickly and drastically because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But we're going to make you laugh, hopefully while you're isolating and keeping those hands all nice and clean. Today, we are putting laughter, our medicine, in focus. We've got some hilarious people joining us today. You will not be disappointed, and we'll share some of the humor that you folks at home have shared with us. We're so thankful for that. It's a great show lined up, starting with, I'm just hearing it's not going to be Ryan McMahon that's joining us. It's going to be some Clarence Two Toes guy who's coming to join us. A bit later, we've got Sherry McKay. If you don't know who she is and her work, you will love it. Manifest Destiny's Child, also hilarious, and some up-and-comers to introduce you to. We've got some great rez-humor from all of you out there. Videos, memes, some cute skits and jokes. It's, of course, a call-in show, so you can reach us toll-free at 1-877-647-2786. You can also tweet us at APTN InFocus. You can leave your comments on our Facebook Live feed as well, if that's where you're watching us from, on APTN News Facebook page. We are live there right now. Throw us a comment if you're funny. Joining us now is Clarence Two Toes. Clarence, are you there?
I'm here. Are you there?
I'm there.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Clarence. In case our audience at home isn't familiar with you, tell us a little tiny bit about yourself and how you're doing in the tough COVID times.
Well, I'm just a moose hunter from Dead Moose Lake, Ontario. Not to be confused with Dead Moose Lake, Alberta, or Dead Moose Lake, Saskatchewan, Dead Moose Lake, Quebec. But Dead Moose Lake, Ontario is where I put my head on my pillow, and I'm just here trying not to touch my face.
Do you, I'm curious, you have, actually, do we want to see a little bit, we have a clip of you that I think that we'll show our viewers right now, just so they could get a sense of how your life is, what you're up to. Actually, no, we'll wait, we'll do that later. We'll do that later. I want you
Melissa,
yeah?
Is Rick Harp there?
No, Rick Harp left us.
He owes me $20.
I know where he lives.
The reason I came on here was to collect my $20 from Cheryl McKenzie, Rick Harp, and Tim Fontaine.
Yeah.
And if they don't pay up, this interview's over.
Oh God, okay, well, I could send you an e-transfer, but probably better if you know people in Winnipeg who could maybe muscle the $20 out of those people. I know where Rick and Cheryl live here, and I actually have Tim's address in Toronto too.
You inbox me that info.
Yes, so you'll stay now?
I'll stay.
Okay, good. I'm curious, how are you making it through the pandemic? Do you have advice for parents who are stuck? I mean, we're going to be homeschooling our kids for months. Like, how do you suggest we all cope?
iPads, Netflix. Don't even bother trying to be a teacher. You're not a teacher. Take them outside. I mean, if we're being honest, the best education's on the land with the eagles and the seagulls. And you just eat the plants and figure out what's healthy and keto, and maybe cut down a tree, count the rings. That's math.
That is math.
Start a fire. That's survival skills. But nobody cares about Shakespeare or chemistry anymore.
Thank God, because I could use that advice. I have a 9-year-old, and I'm not looking forward to doing any of the Shakespeare or chemistry.
I'm offering $10 an hour Uncle Clarence life lessons. The whole thing's called Life According to Clarence Two Toes, and sign up on my website.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, you know, in these times, we like to think we have all the answers, but clearly, we don't.
No.
And the old ones say, Creator never gives you nothing you can't handle. So I'm just out there trying to remind people, smudge, touch your toes every once in a while.
But not your face.
Don't touch your face.
Right.
Go outside. count the flowers, walk the dog, but just try to just calm down a little bit.
I'm curious, what have you found the most humorous or shocking or humorous about the response to this pandemic so far? What's tickled Clarence Two Toes' toes?
Well, other than Justin Trudeau's press conferences? Should we talk about his very stern, very measured and calm voice that just tells Canadians, we're not sure what's happening, but I'm talking in front of a camera and a microphone right now. Boy, oh boy, could he punch those up a little bit, get some dancers. I don't know, all those Ottawa Indians can show up with their hand drums, you know. But I don't run his press conferences. I'm not sure if they have budgets or what, but maybe they could give honorariums to some powwow dancers. Maybe hang a moose hide in the background. And I mean, it is the era of reconciliation. Let's amp up these press conferences a little bit.
Let's Nietzscheify these press conferences, you're saying.
Nietzscheify, I'm feeling you.
Yes.
We're on the same page. They should give us a show on your channel. Or you have a show.
We could maybe arrange that. You remember when Tim took off and left us here? He left a show here too, right?
Oh, Mr. Walking Eagle himself. Do we have to bring up my competition?
He's too big for us now. But he left Laughing Drum here. Clarence Two Toes would be amazing at that.
Well, you know what? I'd have to smudge that drum up first and have a talk with it 4 days in the bush. I'll take that drum outside. I'll talk to that Mishomis and say, what up, drum? And then the drum will be like, not much. And I'll be like, what do you think? And I'll probably say no, like everyone else in my life, but I'll give it a shot.
I think we have a caller here. And then I don't know. Things can get serious here. Somebody is on the phone right now who wants to challenge you to a moose call.
Bring it or sing it. I mean, I don't know if you know, but I'm running the Clarence Two Toes Moose Call Championships.
Well, this will be
launches
good. This will be
night.
Good practice for you, and it will also be a good after you guys do when we declare the winner in the moose call that we're going to have right now. Then we're going to get more details about your moose calling championship that you're having tomorrow. So let's bring it. As you said, bring it or sing it. Who's on the line? Susie.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Grandma Susie.
This is Grandma Susie from Yukon.
Oh, great.
Yes, I want to meet that Clarence. On the Snowbay quick.
Well, I wasn't trying to challenge the world champion to a moose call live on TV.
Here we are.
But thanks, Melissa. You really set me up here. I feel bamboozled.
She's just watching. She's watching, and I think that she feels like she wants to maybe give people a taste of what she's all about. And it is a call-in show. We can't stop people from calling. So,
well, Grandma Susie, do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
I want you to go first.
Oh.
Okay.
I never seen a moose in a winter pig yet.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, I love this.
Now I'm gonna warn the viewers. These hips don't lie. And when I'm calling moose, it gets real that way.
I like this. I like where this is going.
Now, what I'm saying to this moose is, as she stands in the bush, I'm saying, hey, I like your eyes, okay? Now, not eyes. I said eyes, not the other one.
Right.
Eyes. Not the other word. It kind of sounds like eyes. I didn't say that.
It's a 2 o'clock
We're live
show.
on TV.
Yeah.
My nephews are watching. So.
Right.
Now,
Whoa.
I don't know. Who's going to follow that?
Well, Grandma Susie's going to have to. She can't run away scared now. She's the one that phoned in challenging you to this moose duel. So what you got, Grandma Susie?
Good luck.
I feel sorry for that moose. He's obviously constipated. I don't know what to eat in Winnipeg, but it's not very good for the guts. And up here, we like to eat a moose gut, but I wouldn't eat that one. Holy, poor thing. You've got to give it lots of Gaviscon, whatever you eat.
Go, Grandma Susie. What you got?
Well, here's the thing. I already won because I got a moose in my freezer.
Nice.
That's no surprise.
There you go.
That was it?
Yeah, didn't you see my video I dropped? I already killed that moose and I cooked it already.
Oh, so you're the... Okay. I get it.
Yeah, Grandma Susie is so legit, the moose walked right to her backyard. She shot that moose off her deck.
And right into the freezer. It jumped in her freezer. Grandma
I'm
Susie, thank you.
Resources.
And you know what they say up here for our physical distancing? You got to stay one moose length apart.
Thank you, Grandma Susie. I want to take a listen to Clarence here now. Tell us about your moose calling that you're calling, or the moose calling contest that you've got going on tomorrow.
Yeah, so it launches tomorrow on facebook.com/Ryan McMahon Comedy. He's hosting it.
Oh, that guy.
And tomorrow night, Thursday, 9 p.m., people can upload their video, 1 minute or less, one moose call for all the marbles. Goes till Sunday at midnight. That's the cutoff.
Okay.
And then Monday, we have some esteemed panels of judges that are going to take the top 10 videos with the most likes on the post. Mm-hmm. And then from that top 10, we're going to scrutinize, we're going to judge, we're going to test for steroids.
Oh,
and Monday night, 9 p.m., facebook.com, Ryan McMahon Comedy, we announce our Moose Hide Championship.
I love it. Well, everybody watching at home, if you want to know more about Clarence Two Toes, you can check out that exact website. Do be sure to put your best moose call on that site too. Clarence Two Toes, thank you so much for joining us. We loved your moose call. I wouldn't make fun of you like Grandma Susie did. I thought it was spectacular, frankly.
Well, I mean, I am chubby, so it's proof I've always got moose meat too. I never go hungry.
Nice. Thank you. Okay, we have, now, we're going to switch gears a little bit. My next guest is not a professional. She is a comedian. Well, I think we're running out of time here for this segment, so I'm thinking we should go to Sherry, who is funny, if we have Sherry here, or do we need to go? Okay, we're going to go. We're going to leave you with another look at Clarence Two Toes, some of his work. This is him as an Indigenous Dr. Phil. He's helping a viewer with a question about bingo. Enjoy.
Clarence, my name is Phyllis. Last weekend, during the last bingo in the community, I ended up winning the jackpot. However, I had borrowed money to go to the bingo. Now, my sister-in-law says I owe her half the money, but if I'm being honest, I already spent it on groceries and toilet paper, both of which I've not shared with her. Clarence, if you get your bingo paid for by somebody else, do you split the winnings with that person? Signed, Phyllis. Phyllis, you are... First of all, congratulations. I mean, I was going to go right into it, but I'll take it easy a little bit on you because I'm frankly a little bit shocked that you called in and asked this way, because obviously you borrowed the money, so that would then mean you borrowed money to go, which is unequivocally, literally, emotionally the truth. You took someone's money and borrowed it and said, hey, I'm going to go to bingo. Now, I wasn't there. I don't know what the conversation was before. But let me just say that I think the real human thing to do would be, oh yeah, if I win, we split it. Now, it seems to me you're greedy, and it might be some of that greedy, I hate to say maybe mixed blood, like, you know, like white people greedy, like my kukum used to say, like, what's the difference between an Indian house at supper and a white person's house at supper? When you go to a white person's house at supper, they go, oh, good to see you, come back after supper. And then when you go to an Indian's house at supper, they go, hey, come on in, we'll give you some supper. So, Phyllis, maybe check your mixed up culture, DNA, heritage, teachings, lessons, life, and give your sister-in-law her money back. I mean, I'll check the chat. What do we see here? Put it in the chat, you guys. I mean, put it in the chat. Tell me. But Phyllis, I mean, man, I'm reading this over again, and it's pretty damn clear. You check, boom, you borrowed the money, boom, you won the money, boom. Had you not borrowed the money, you wouldn't be there. So put it in the chat, you guys. Let me know what Phyllis should do. I think Phyllis owes money personally. I look, it's universally understood that hey, Bear Brown, tell me a joke. Bear Brown, leave this show right now. I'm not here for your tell you jokes. You tell me a joke, Bear Brown. I'll wait. I can't hear you, Bear Brown. Anyways, yeah, you borrowed the money, so I think
live at 9 p.m. Central. Okay, let's switch gears now. My next guest is not a professional comedian, but has been posting some super funny videos on TikTok and Facebook for quite some time now. It is rez-humor at its finest. If you haven't seen Sherry McKay, or you do know her and you love her like we do, you will enjoy these videos. Take a look. Bear with us.
I'm not swallowing this cookie.
Dating between natives and non-natives, part 1. I believe our ride is here. We should skedaddle. Taxi's here. Skoden. Do you like this place? I made reservations. Which McPickmeal do you want? The junior chicken or the McDouble? I'd really like it if I could see you again. I brought my PlayStation over. Can I spend the night? I bought this for you. Oops, I gave you a hickey on your neck. Can I call you sometime? Just call me on Messenger. Sleep tight. Don't let the bedbugs bite. No bars, no jobs, no socializing, no gathering in large numbers. You can't leave, but you should stock up on supplies. No education for now, but we will figure that out. And no places of worship. You're probably going to ask the government for free money. We'll see what we can do. Sit tight and we'll let you guys know. Okay? Dude, the world is one big reservation right now. What? Like the way y'all be stocking up, that's how every Nietzsche is every time they go into town. Self-isolation? Quarantine? You mean reservation? Oh, how the tables have turned. Stay safe, y'all.
Sherry, thank you. That's Sherry McKay. We love your videos. Thank you for joining us. You've got 3 people here, myself and Beverly Andrews and Francine Compton, producers here at APTN, who have been fangirling so hard since you said that you were going to come on our show. Sherry, how are you holding up?
I'm doing well. I'm an only child, so I'm fine with the social distancing.
We just had that conversation today. Beverly's an only child, a producer that you talked to. I have a son who's an only child, and she's like, we're kind of just, we're made for this sort of thing. This isn't as bad as other people who have had to be by themselves.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm curious, how are you staying, like you're still doing the videos, hand washing I loved, and the We're All Reservations Now. How are you staying light in this kind of crazy, crappy time?
I am constantly watching TikTok videos. There's comedy there, as well as Facebook. Yeah, it's making sure that you're like watch stand, do anything, chuckle, and get about the situation of now. Yeah.
So can you share with us when did the I mean, I think you've been on my radar for probably half a year. When did you get going, and what made you start making these amazing videos?
Well, I was doing YouTube for a bit, and it was basically just to keep myself motivated and staying in the media field. And I discovered TikTok, and I noticed lack of Indigenous representation in TikTok. So I grabbed the thing and things that I can relate to and put them out there, and loved it.
This is, how have you felt seeing this take off? Like, I'm curious, what's the curve been for you? Was it instantly like, wow, everybody loves it, or was it a gradual thing, or what was it? Was there a moment where it really did spark and people started coming in droves?
My first TikTok that I posted, I deleted the app after I posted it, and then I went back to it and I realized that I had followers, views, and likes. So I kept going with it. But I'm a light-skinned Indigenous person, not to mention the fact that I changed my hair color. Yeah. And that was struggles on the app. But a lot of people didn't believe me that a non-Indigenous person who was making derogatory videos about Indigenous. And I had to seek my place on the app, showed my treat card. I showed pictures of my family, and I earned my place on that app as an Indigenous creator. And I make a account out of Indigenous creators, and I'm really happy with the outcome.
Well, we thank you for taking time to take out of your day to join us today. We had a kind of not the best Skype connection here, but we will make sure that we put on our website exactly where people can find you on TikTok and on Facebook. We love you, and we want to have you back on when you have more time. Sometime. We want to know what's coming up next in your life. So we will have you back on. We love you. We love you. Thank you. Okay, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to talk to members of the comedy collective Manifest Destiny's Child, and we have some more laughs, hilarious videos made at home by you folks. Truly, some incredible hilarity is happening on reses everywhere during this pandemic. We're going to share some of it when we come back after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Let's go to social media now with our social media editor, Jesse Andrushko, from a safe distance as per our new rules. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks, Melissa. This week we asked viewers to send in some videos of how they're keeping busy at home during the COVID-19 pandemic, and we were not disappointed. This first video comes from Linklater Cook family in Pucktawagan. Their young ones put together this video to explain to others how COVID-19, aka the coronavirus, is spread and how to be safe. Take a look.
Come on! Can I visit? Sorry, you can't come inside. Sorry, there's a pandemic. We need to be careful. Go home and protect yourself from getting sick. Okay. He's calling to Ebola a long time ago. Thank you. You have to wash your hands. You have to wash your hands for 20 seconds to get rid of the coronavirus. Go someone? Yeah. Oh, too much. Too much. Here, wipe your toy. Let's go wipe that door. He touched that door. Hey everybody, keep your hands clean and stay home.
Great video. Lots of time on your hands? How about a family fashion show, Rez Style? This is from Joan Jack, whose family has used their isolation time in BC to curate runway looks from their finest bushwear. Take a look.
Okay. I'm featuring a moose wrap dress, old time McCooks, and my parents' ever jackets. Who's next? Come on, family. Oh, my grandson. What has he got on? Come on, give us some steps there. It only can be 2 minutes.
Well, this pandemic is serious stuff. It's inspiring some families stuck at home to get creatively funny, like Becca Cook's little family. Here's Clement, Veronica, and Conway from Pucktawagan, Manitoba, reenacting a dramatic scene from The Lion King. Take a look.
God help me, brother. Long live the king. No! Is he still alive? Kuma Matata. Kuma Matata. Akuma Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Kuma Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days.
Thanks to everyone who shared their videos with us. Please continue to create and post your funny content. It really helps cheer people up in this crazy time. If you would like to join our conversation, here's how.
Love it. That's
Good
my
stuff.
favorite social media.
That was really good.
776472786. Like us on Facebook on our APTN News page. Follow or tweet us at APTN InFocus. And send your thoughts to infocus@aptn.ca.
That has to be my favorite social media of all time. I love it when we hear from our viewers and people send us their funnies. We all need, as Jesse said, we all need that at this time. So keep them coming. Joining us now is Manifest Destiny's Child. It's an all-female, all-Indigenous comedy collective with members across Turtle Island. These stand-up comics share their humorous perspectives on what it means to be a modern Indigenous woman getting by in a very colonial world. Joining me now from self-isolation is one of those members, Denise Mcleod, who joins us from Toronto. Denise?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Those earrings are to die for.
Thank you so much.
Good, good. I want to know, well, before we even get into a bit about Manifest Destiny's Child, I want to know, how are you guys holding up? How's your family holding up in this bizarre time?
I am working from isolation. My day job, because comedy isn't paying the bills right now.
Mm-hmm.
And oddly enough, my 18-year-old daughter is an essential servant.
Yeah.
She works as a manager at a no-pro, so she likes to word around us that she's the breadwinner of the family right now.
Mm. Are you finding anything funny about this? Like, is there anything that's really struck you as overly humorous through all of what we've been through in the last few weeks?
I mean, I think that the main game from Indian country has been amazing. I especially enjoy the ones that were like talking about how welcome to the res.
Mm-hmm. There's been some amazing memes. We've got some coming up later in the show. Like, people are on point, and the A games are out. Like you said, it's pretty impressive.
I find that really funny. I also find it hilarious that Indigenous people are telling everyone to listen to the government.
Yeah. Okay, give us a little bit of background. How did Manifest Destiny's Child start?
It started about 5 years ago. Celeste Hayward, who should also be online.
Yes, should we actually have her now? So when we're done chit-chatting, I'm going to chat with her a little bit. We've found her on the phone. We've got, I think that the systems are all overloaded, and Skype isn't doing too well today, and there's lots of technical difficulties when you're online, as literally everybody is right now, right?
Yeah, the whole world's online.
Yeah. Okay, carry on. Sorry to cut you off. Tell us more about how this all got started.
So Celeste helped create this Indigenous women's comedy writing program at the Comedy Bar in Toronto. It was facilitated by a comedian called Ron Whitlow, and a friend of mine, Stephanie Pongo, she was a comedy sister. She kind of cornered me and she said, "You're really funny. You're doing this."
Okay, Celeste Hayward joins us. That's she's part of Manifest Destiny's Child too. We have her on the phone from Calgary. Celeste, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you? How are you holding up in their crazy times?
You know what? This is what I've been training for my whole life.
It's like stay away from people. Checkity check. Yeah, I've heard lots of people say that. They're loving it. It's like self-isolation. Yes, please.
For me, it's actually more about wearing pajamas and no bra all day.
Well, now we can visualize you. Thanks.
I wore a clean sweater for you.
Aw, I'm sorry that our Skype couldn't get going then. We're just talking about Manifest Destiny's Child getting up and getting going. Explain to us what the success curve has been like, since now everybody knows what we didn't learn in like grade 7 math about curves. We all are understanding now because of COVID. But let's talk about a success curve. Was it a big spike for you guys, or was it a slow build? Where are you guys at versus where you want to be in terms of that curve?
You know what? I think it's been a slow curve up. I don't think we've hit our peak yet. I mean, we're only Canadian famous at this point, which is not that much of fame. Yeah. And some of us are a lot more active. There's a few of us who've had babies, myself including, and so that took a wear on our comedy appearance. And then I moved to Calgary, which totally screwed everything up.
Nice.
But we occasionally have reunion shows whenever I make my way to Toronto, and I'm trying to convince everyone to come to Calgary.
Well, I think Calgary could probably use some of your guys' brand of humor.
I agree. I agree. I mean, anything but bro humor would be great here in Calgary.
I lived in Calgary for 8 years, so I know exactly what you're talking about with bro humor. Where can people find Manifest Destiny's Child's work? Where can people go after this show and check you guys out?
We have a Facebook page that we do email our messages occasionally, and we post all of our separate shows that we go on there. And so right now there's nothing going on, but I mean, in the future, I'm going to have a show here in Calgary, which got canceled because of COVID, but it will be coming back as soon as we're allowed out of the doors.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Celeste, thank you so much for joining us. Denise, thank you for joining us from Toronto. I really appreciate this, and I encourage everybody to check out your guys' work, Manifest Destiny's Child. Find them on Facebook. You will not be disappointed. Okay, Thanks. Bye, ladies. We cannot talk about humor these days without giving a nod to memes. As we were talking about earlier, Indian country has really come out strong with the memes in all of this. Everybody loves to share them, usually making fun of current events, COVID being no exception. We found some memes that we wanted to share with you. Let's take a look at what's making people laugh across the internet. We start with Skoden. This comes from Six Nations of the Grand River in southern Ontario. The communications team there developed this concept of Skoden to get people to wash their hands properly. It says, S, stay at home. K, keep washing your hands. O, obey the public health advice. D, do not touch your face. E, emergency, call 911. N, nose and mouth etiquette. Cough into your elbow and throw away your tissues. we have, this is one of my favorites, Sasquatch. I love anything Sasquatch. The social distance champion, no doubts. Another brilliant one, Ernest Monius, encouraging social distancing for a long time. You come and knocking, but you can't come in. And then we've got Anishinaabe social distancing in 2019 versus 2020. We have to take another break, but we are not done giving you a big dose of laughter as medicine. Stay with us.
So I got there, the one... Right, or so it was Scott. Why not Scott? And he's like, oh.
Welcome back. We are talking about Indigenous humor and how laughter can be the best medicine, especially during this time of fear and worry during a global pandemic. Joining me now are two young comics who are trying to spread laughter wherever they go. Chad Anderson joins us from Winnipeg. The Cree comic is from the Opaskwayak Cree Nation by the Paw in Manitoba. He's been performing stand-up since 2008 and released his first comedy album, live from Wee Johnny's last year. He organizes Indigenous comedy showcase at a local comedy club, Wee Johnny's, here in Winnipeg, and is going to be featured on a comedy compilation album next month. And Dakota Ray-Hebert joins us from Saskatoon. Dakota is from English River First Nation, but was raised in Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan. She has performed as an actor for 7 years and as a comedian for 5. Thank you both for joining us. Well, Dakota, I'll start with you, and then we'll come back to Chad, but I want to ask you both, is there any humor that you're finding in this kind of crazy COVID time?
Absolutely. I tried to not make jokes about the coronavirus or the COVID, because there's going to be I feel like an influx, a flood of comedians making low-hanging jokes, low-hanging fruit jokes. But he kind of did. I totally moved on. It's really stupid. It's like, 1992. How come we can't use these fancy towels? Because those towels are for the guests. But 2022 would be like, how come we gotta use these towels? Because the toilet paper's for the guests. I'm curious to know, how did you come up with Warlord and Edgelord?
One of my friends was still working at a car dealership and was trying to get for it, and I was like, hey, I've got this idea of this Warlord type car, but his tank was refilled, so he had to get a new one in the gut. So we put together dorky video where I was dressed in Warlord paint, and then just never needed to because she doesn't work there anymore. So we're sitting on this video. So we figured, let's just make these, we were quarantined, hey? We moved back from Toronto, got back to Saskatchewan.
Quarantine is going to be making some amazing comedy, I feel. There's going to be, well, we're already seeing some of it, though, right? People are posting stuff. It's really bringing kind of people's lightness, that kind of spark of humor out, because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. And people have the time now to sit and do these things. So, I'm not convinced that it's entirely all bad. I want to share something, though. We have one of the tutorials that Warlock did. I'm wondering if we've got that queued up over here, if we could take a look at that.
For sure.
Yeah, we're just getting it queued up. Everything's...
Oh, maybe not. There we go.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Warlord, and Edgelord is running the camera. Say hi, Edgelord. Hi. Yay. We've been getting some questions from our subscribers. People have been wondering, oh, hey, your makeup's so cool. How do we become like Warlord, like Edgelord? We decided, you know what? On this day in quarantine, it's time we let you into our world of makeup. You're gonna apply a primer to your face. I do this because I like my makeup to stay on when I'm sweating because of food shortages, toilet paper shortages, war and chaos going on outside. You wanna make sure that it sticks. Next up, you can see there's lots of fun ones, fun eyeshadows. We don't use those in the apocalypse. You don't use fun colors anymore. You don't have fun anymore. You just try to survive. You're just gonna add a bunch of harsh lines. All right, we got our owl horns on. Now you want these kind of eyebrows because, gone are the days of neutral eyebrows. You want eyebrows that say, please leave me the F alone. We are going for dirt. That's what we are going for. We are going for that nice, toxic nuclear orange dirt, and we are just gonna pile the crap out of this on. And you know what? If you're lucky to find some glowing green dirt, use that. That's gonna be some great eyeliner, actually. I'd kill for that. I don't know if I would or not. We'll see. Now, something you do worry about in the apocalypse is even skin tone for some reason. So we're gonna put on some foundation. What we're doing right now is we're taking a page out of nature's book and we're drawing on some bright colors to show, you know, predators and people to, whoa, stay away from this one, you know? That's what we're gonna do. I like to start like right in the middle, you know, like in high school when you get a zit right there? We're just gonna put that zit right back. From that little zit, we're gonna go and and it's gonna be crooked. You're not perfect. That's fine. I accept you for who you are. You're a warlord, not a perfection lord. Just to add to a more apocalyptic feeling to your makeup, I like to add a little speckle here. I'm using a bright orange lipstick. And I'm just gonna coat that sucker on. You want it as neon as possible. Oh, you know, okay, well, and we're gonna save that for later because that's important now. We got this one I like to put on because, you know, even though it is apocalypse, you should have a little fun. It's a glitter. And there you have it, folks. It's me, Warlord. Stick around. We'll have more tutorials, like how Edgelord does his hair and makeup, how to skin a rabbit for shoes, how to turn your old mucklucks into jerky. Take it easy.
That is spectacular. I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of those eyebrows soon as everybody's like waxers and threaders have been in isolation. I think we have Chad with us now. Chad Anderson joins us from Winnipeg, from the Opaskwayak Cree Nation. Chad, thanks for taking time to join us. I'm curious, how are you getting through this?
Thanks for having me. Aside from doing stand-up comedy, I also am a plumber, so we were labeled an essential service, so I do get to work, although my hours are pretty cut back at this time, so I do get a couple days of work here and there throughout the week.
I have to think that there's got to be some sort of a crossover from your professions. You've got, like, it'd be logical that there'd be some potty humor in there, other sort of plumbing jokes, plumber butt jokes.
A little bit. Being a comedian, you kind of don't like looking for the obvious joke all the time. And I know
that's why I'm not a comedian, because I would go direct to the plumber's crack jokes. That's all.
I actually work with a guy most of the time, and his butt crack is out constantly, and I'm constantly just like, dude, stop, you're perpetuating stereotypes right now.
Dakota, I'm curious, do you have more things planned for your YouTube channel during our little COVID shut-in? What else do you got? What are you working on?
We're kind of working on a bunch. My husband's also a stand-up comedian, and he's been inspiring me. He's been doing like an hour of writing a day. I'm like, I should get on that. Right now I'm working on a campaign to get backyard chicken legalized and stuff. I'm trying to write and more videos right now, like Bryce did on stage so much, but sketches is what for the next one.
Yeah. Chad, you're going to be featured on a new comedy album next month called Treaty One and Only, recorded at the Winnipeg Comedy Festival. Can you share a little bit about that with our audience?
Yeah, it's being released through Comedy Records and the Winnipeg Comedy Festival, and I believe it comes out April 24th on iTunes, and it features myself, Howie Miller, Tatanka Means, Florence Spence, and Paul Rublowskis. And I mean, all of those people are hilarious in their own rights. So I'm pretty excited for it. I'm pretty excited to be featured on an album with those people, and I'm looking forward to hearing it because I honestly don't remember what jokes I did that night.
Well, this is kind of the time for a comedy album to come out on iTunes. We're all still going to be isolating at the end of this month. Like the 24th is only 3 days away, right?
Yeah.
This could be a real boom for you guys.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, as obviously as any performer is feeling right now, it's our work is gone. Our opportunities to do the thing that we have devoted our lives to and performing is, we can't do that right now.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a little bit jealous of Dakota and her husband because they're both super talented and they're putting out those videos that are super hilarious, and I'm like, I don't have that. You know, I'm just a stand-up comedian. I don't really dabble in anything else. So.
No, they're amazing, and we will be. We'll post on our website too, the YouTube channel where you can find Dakota and her husband. We'll make sure that's up there so everybody can go find it, and as well as the details about your comedy album on the 24th that's coming out. I'm curious, Dakota, do you have advice? What should people be doing themselves? There's lots of younger people, and not even necessarily young, but there's lots of people who would love to get into. Doing what you do. Is there, and we've got time now, if we're going to be doing new things, this is kind of it. What advice would you give to people, whether to get on, I don't know, Instagram or on YouTube or to do these videos? What kind of software do you need to do them? Yeah.
Well, step one is you just got to do it. Like, you're going to feel that fear of like, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do? You just got to do it. I use this app called Perfect Video, and I shelled out, it's like $250, I think, for the pro version. That's where I've learned how to edit everything. Like, if you look at my YouTube, you see how crappy I was at first, and how I've like got better just using it. So it's good. It's a lot of practice. So I use Perfect Video, and I just record. And the way we work is like we just record as much as we can, or until like hey, fast and funny, and then just go through and you gotta cut. You gotta do what's funny. You just gotta splice it, and then you just. On YouTube. On YouTube, and then I on Facebook. And if people are lazy and like just change their apps, I've noticed. So you just make then just keep sharing it.
I love it. Chad, is there? Are you taking this crazy COVID time? Is it giving you some new material ideas?
Yeah, I have actually haven't been writing anything really related to the pandemic or the coronavirus itself, but I have been spending some time and just going through notes and looking at jokes that I kind of just or joke ideas that I had just written down and never really given a second thought to, and just working out those in the hopes that whenever this whole pandemic is over, or whenever we're allowed to go back out and resume regular life, that I'll have a bunch of new jokes ready to be tested out and refined.
We love it. Thank you both for joining us. For more comedy from Chad Anderson, check out Treaty One and Only on April 4th. That's on Spotify, Google Play, and Apple Music. His album Live at Wee Johnny's is available on those same platforms. And you can catch Dakota and her many silly YouTube videos. She's going to be co-hosting a new APTN show called Crazy Like a Lynx starting in June. But we will tell you more about that closer to then, because we're going to have her back on because we want to talk specifically about Crazy Like a Lynx. Thank you guys both, and stay safe and healthy. That is all the time that we have today. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode and have had a little break from the stress of self-isolation during this global pandemic. I hope you've just been isolating with us, not alone. This episode will be available for download as a podcast on our website, aptnnews.ca/podcast. And if you missed any of the other shows, you can catch up there too. You've got nothing but time now. Go catch up on your InFocuses.